Hello, I'm Timdiana. Enduring it in search for credit. Crap, the claws are back. You know what that means? It's Halloween. People have a legible excuse to scare people and eat candy. But not only does this month feature scare tactics, but it traditionally serves one of the best months to watch horror films. So for this review, I've picked out what is said to be the scariest horror film to come out in the past 10 years. What is this terrifying film, might you ask? Paranormal Activity. That's right, Paranormal Activity. A movie so frightening, they actually filmed people screaming in the theater. A movie so scary, they attached reviews to the first trailer. It's been a year since Paranormal Activity's release, and I finally decided to sit down and watch this movie. So is this the scariest movie to come out in the past 10 years? Let's find out. Here's my review to Paranormal Activity. Activity deals with a couple recording what they believe could be supernatural activity. And if it's not, then this will be one short film. That does sound interesting enough for a movie premise. This is definitely something different. Let's keep watching. And now we see how frightening this film can really be. Any minute now.
It's looking at me.
Something's bound to happen.
It's okay, looks like in the morning.
Okay, so nothing happened.
So
Maybe this film will be short. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. The hunting's only just begun. I'm sure something terrifying will happen sometime very, very soon. And let the horrors begin! Will they survive the night? What does this dark entity have in store for this couple? Is anything going to happen? Wait, what was that? My God! It moved the door! Okay, if you haven't figured it out by now, the story works like this. They sleep, and they cue a scary effect, and they are ever traumatized afterwards. If that's not good enough for you, then don't worry. There's about 1 hour and 25 minutes more of this.
I just had a nightmare.
Maybe I suggest going to your happy place, just somewhere far, far away from America's scariest home videos. Now, does this story get more intense? Yes. But does the plot get more in-depth? Yeah, you wish the filmmakers were that nice. Instead, all you get is this. You know what? I'm gonna get a sandwich. I'll be right back. What'd I miss? There's around two characters, Katie and Mika. And no, I'm not pronouncing that wrong. That's really what his name is. How he's managed to live this long with the name Mika, I'll never know.
Is the psychic going to give me some stock tips while he's here? Haven't bet on the horses in a while.
Yeah, there's something you should know about Mika. He's what some might call a douchebag. In fact, if you were to look up the slang term for douchebag, odds are you're gonna find Mika's picture. Then there's Katie, a bit more tolerable than Mika, but as bland as the color gray.
I don't know if
Here's my problem with Katie. Just
I know that they
listen to
tried
this.
to figure out what was the cause, and they couldn't.
Okay.
You know, it wasn't electrical or anything, you know, simple like that.
So then, from the time you were 8 years old until now, have you experienced this periodically over the ensuing years?
Yes.
Then why would you wait this long?
13
I mean,
months.
I know these issues just started up again,
Over the
but
past
still,
few
you could have had some kind of game
years,
plan.
happening.
Alright, maybe the characters are as dull and as annoying as you can get, but maybe the acting's tolerable.
Katie, wake up. Jesus. Hit it with this shit.
Or maybe that's just a deluded dream. Since the plot and characters can't save this movie, perhaps the scares will make this movie redeemable. Let's look at some of the frightening moments of this film. The door moved! Something hit the wall! The door slammed. Eh. Three, two, one. Yes, you're being dragged. Good for you. Now, is it creative to have most of your movie filmed in one area? I suppose, but eventually it gets old. Besides, if you have all your scary moments in one area, it takes away the scariness from the scene, because you know something's gonna happen. But don't be alarmed, as the demon does change up the routine a little bit by doing scary things such as
Yes, but I only live in the same spot next to your wallet.
Well,
moving the keys.
incontrovertible evidence.
Truly, this is a demonic creature of pure darkness. The demon does pick up its evil deeds by setting a Ouija board on fire, which somehow keeps the board intact. But it gets even better when there are footprints seen in the white powder, giving undisputed proof, if you're still unsure, that there is something evil in this house. And finally, its greatest feat, smashing a picture and scratching up Mika's face.
Come on.
That's more of a favor than it is being evil.
What are you talking
Only in Paranormal Activity will you see such gripping horror scenes.
I feel it breathing on me.
Oh God, I'm so startled. Before getting to the final scene, let's look at what happened before this moment. The hauntings get so bad that it resorts in bringing back the ghost experts.
No problem.
We called Dr. Avery, but he's gone.
Yes, he's out of the country. He'll be back. Wow.
We need your help.
This is overpowering.
It's getting worse.
Yes, it certainly doesn't like that I'm here, and I cannot help you.
What?
In fact, I've got to get out of here. This thing is very aggravated, the fact that I'm here.
Wait. Everybody calm down. We need your help.
Well, I've got to tell you, I am not the person to help you in this situation. This is not my area of expertise. I think I'm doing more harm being here than any good. Yes, I really have got to leave. And Dr. Avery will be back in a few days, and when he gets back here, he'll...
Well, that was useless. He was better off doing this. Bye. So Katie and Mika decide they should leave, only to have Katie later apparently trying to kill herself or something like that. Can't say I blame her. Then Mika comes up with the most brilliant idea yet, by burning a cross. And what's his reasoning behind this?
Fuck this shit, I'm done.
Ah, yes, the perfect reason to burn one of the most sacred objects in Christianity. Oh, and remember, when dealing with demons and an old priest and a young priest come knocking at your door, just tell them you can't deal with this shit and slam the door in their face.
I don't want to leave.
After Mika's stroke of genius, we find out that Katie doesn't want to leave the house now.
I think it'd be better if we stay. Please.
Yes, stay here with us, because we're clearly not possessed. And it seems that perfectly normal Katie is up for a glass of water. Do you want us just to stay here? Okay, we'll stay here then. That blood-curdling scream can only mean that good has triumphed. You know, there's something about this moment that just seems familiar. What is it? Oh, right, this part, yeah. The part they kept showing in all the advertisements. And pretty much spoiling the ending for all of us. Great idea, movie! And there was much rejoicing. Katie can be located at whereabouts unknown Kansas, leading her new life as a hit television baker. And that's Paranormal Activity. And is it the scariest movie to come out in the past 10 years? Let me put it this way. The scariest thing about this movie is the fact that it's 1 hour and 25 minutes too long. Watching the ads for this movie, I could understand why the audience was screaming. They weren't screaming because this movie is scary. No, they were screaming because this movie is boring. It's not creative, it's not really interesting, and besides the ending, it's not that scary. The only thing that should scare people is that they have to sit through a movie with a guy named Mika. In fact, you know what would be scarier than this movie? If some jackass came up with the idea to make a second one. Now that's scary.
Paranormal Activity 2, rated R.
And I just died inside. I'm Timdiana, and I have just endured it.
Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. Something about a map. Nothing's happening. It's over. A lot of people in the audience look pissed.